Yo, as always, I'm back at it again, and I bring the famous, I bring the beautiful, I bring the gorgeous, and today's guest is the one and only Deejay. Do you like putting the title Deejay? No, oh Deejay, oh you, yeah.
Individual, aka said they're multi-talented.
So for you, at some point, I think I've been fortunate enough to see your journey. So let's take it back, right? At some point, you were DJ.
I was
Yes.
DJ.
And when did it change? So when did it change, and then when did you realize that I'm more? Right, before we get into that intro, so when I introduce you, I can also get that understanding as well.
Yeah. It's crazy, but I think for me, I always introduce myself as an entrepreneur first, and I'd say a DJ second. So entrepreneur by nature and DJ by heart. Yeah, and the change, I think inevitably, but more particularly when I turned 30, that switch came on about, and I just felt that you came, you saw, the plan was never to stay for a very long time. It's now time to pivot, and I did exactly that.
And you talked about entrepreneurship. I think a lot of people now realizing that's the place to make their dreams or to make whatever they need to happen, right? And for you, how did you find yourself there? And what has been maybe 3 challenges that you look at and you're like, I could have gave up, but I came out crawling. I could have gave up, but I came out crawling.
Yeah. So I have a marketing background. That is what I did in my undergrad. And then I went into the corporate space. I did corporate for about 2 years. And in that space, entrepreneurship was always the sort of go-to. And having grown up with a mother who was always selling, and so that was also a great influence for me. And I was also influenced a lot by how hard I saw my parents working. My parents worked hard, and they didn't have money, for lack of a better word. So I realized that maybe this hard working thing is not really for me. So I left corporate, and then the plan was never to become a DJ. The plan was to become an entrepreneur, a businesswoman. What kind of a business? I didn't know. I had to find that out. But yeah, along the way, after being bankrupt in about 4 months, I resigned from a very good position. I was working actually very close to here with a very good company that had very good benefits. And 4 months later, Lethabo, I had chowed into my provident fund. I was in debt. And the business that I wanted to try, essentially, it failed. But while I was still in the corporate space, there was a time where I actually registered to do DJing. Because when I started working, I used to frequent these night places, and I love music. I love music. And I always thought, what can I do to just make a difference in the night space, whether it's a nice playlist, whether it's me looking good, whether it's just my presence, what can I do to feed into this ecosystem? I really like it. So I registered for a DJ course. I did it. I flunked it. It was bad. It was
out here.
It was really bad. So when I was after my failure with the entrepreneurship thing, I said to myself, because I think that's also what entrepreneur does, you identify opportunities, and then you try and fill them in. So I asked myself, now what can I do to save myself? I'm here. What do I do? How do I get myself out of here?
Swim or drown.
Exactly.
Swim
and
or drown.
going back into the corporate space was not an option. So I had to look within. And I mean, the business that I was doing, I was the leader, the ops, the finance and everything.
The face, the marketing.
Yeah, but then I had people doing the actual work. So my plan was to, whatever I do now, I need to get rid of these people. Because the money was coming from the customer, going to me, going to these people, going to the suppliers. So I wasn't making a lot of money at the end of it all. So I wanted to do direct now. I said, how can I get the money directly from the source?
Yeah.
And then I said, but girl, there was a time where you've invested like a good 8,000 Rand and your time into this DJing thing, and I mean, you're still young, you're in your early 20s. There is no child or man waiting for you at home. Your family is already disappointed in you. Really?
Yo, you got nothing to lose.
You've got nothing to lose.
Yo, you dog. Nobody, no man, no kids. You just like you know what? At this, I'm solo dolo.
My parents already judging me. They are not happy with me. So me saying that I'm going to be a DJ, what's the worst that can happen? And that is how essentially Hazel Mahazard was born. And I'd say that the rest was future. So yeah, we started from the bottom. I practiced for a good 2 years.
Before
actually going into the crowd.
Guys, I'm not practicing for 2 years. Me, I'm DJing next week Saturday. I have started being a DJ last week. Next week Saturday, you can catch me at Hard Rock. I'm not playing, me. There's no 2 years, me.
It took me a good 2 years. And my first actual gig, I had it was a 6 to 7 slot, which is a very difficult slot, contrary to popular belief. Because at 6 to 7, everyone is sober. Everyone is listening and looking at you.
They're really listening for real now.
Exactly. That is real now. And it was bad. Oh my word, it was bad. The horses were really dragging. It was proper Durban July there. It was terrible. But then I said, you know what? You need to get back. You need to go. You need to do it. And then I doubled down on my sessions, and I really took it seriously. Obviously, it wasn't without its challenges, but slowly but surely in the streets of Pretoria, I made a name for myself. And gradually the approaches started coming in, the inquiries started coming in, the name started to flow. I think that's when you also came into the picture somewhere there. So it was really those humble beginnings, and they led to
you built quite a beautiful community, great following. And do you feel with such a following and people obviously looking at your life, does that come with a lot of pressure, or is social media not a real place?
Everything for me was just vibes back then. Like Hazel Mahazard was a IDC kind of a girl, even the name, it's so, I wanted to sound so rough and
rough and tough.
And that is actually the opposite of me. But I guess that is what we do on social media. We put on a persona, So no, not at all. I was really a Nomaini kind of a person, It's only now where I am more calm and I think things through and I second guess. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because I feel in that state when I had no pressure, or at least I felt that I don't have any pressure, I was really making moves, like I was not scared. There are places that I went to so far, Lethabo, so far, without a car, without an actual plan, without nothing. But if I said there's a new place in Kagiso, for example, I would leave Pretoria Central without a car and I would end up in Kagiso and I would come back and I would do what I have to do in Kagiso. And I would, but I guess it comes with age, I suppose. And I think as you grow, you start to counter the risks a lot
as well.
Yeah, so no, there was no pressure for me. I dressed how I wanted to dress. I played how I wanted to play. I said what I wanted to say. I was there.
I feel like as somebody who's consumed some of your content, you've grown from just giving us content now to being educational, a bit more wiser as well. And I know you talked about age a lot. When did your content pivot? What caused the pivot? I always feel like people don't just pivot, you're wearing less makeup as well now on your content. Look at the smile. You're like, yeah, I don't need no makeup. You're wearing less makeup on your content. You're very honest, very transparent. Are you trying to show us a part of you that you've always wanted to, and you feel like now we're ready to receive this version of you?
I'd say yes. It's when did the pivot happen? So there was a break that I took, and obviously, Lethabo, when you're in a certain space, you have to sometimes sit back and observe from the outside. So I think that is what I managed to do, in as much as the gigs were always there. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, rest on Tuesday, rest on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, again. I think in my heart of hearts, I will always just be that girl, Hazel, I suppose, and I just started getting to a point of me asking, but what is the greater thing? And I guess that's the entrepreneur in me,
in you.
Yeah, because I when I started this thing, it was never to be a big verified person with 1 million followers and whatever. When I started, I wanted to make money to pay my rent, and my rent was 2,000 at that time. So my plan was to say, if I can make 5,000 rand, oh my God, I would be so rich. That was my thing. And it was more about playing music, So as it got on and it got on, I just thought to myself, am I feeding into that thing? Is this what I left my corporate job for? Am I getting closer to that? And I think a lot of the answers were no. So I had to evaluate. And I think once it stops getting exciting
anymore,
it's because you could literally call me on Thursday at 9 p.m. and say, girl, let's go gig. I won't even ask. I'm there. I am there. I wouldn't double ask you anything. But then I started asking myself questions like, should me and Lethabo travel and we get into a car accident and God forbid I lose something or I pass away? Would this really be worth it? And the questions were really leaning more towards a no, know. And I just felt that I'm feeling a bit empty and I need to just fill my cup. And that's when I decided,
you don't have kids and a husband, so fulfillment, you have no kids and a husband, eh? Yeah. But Valentine's is coming. Where is your boyfriend?
I'm a strong black woman.
Hey, Tyler Perry needs you in a new movie. Hey, Tyler Perry needs you in a new movie. Hey, strong black woman.
Man, I went to school, and I think the break from having been at school was very profound for me. It really changed a lot of my, not change, the change was there. It just put it into perspective. And when I came back, I just realized, and obviously the industry was changing post-COVID.
It always evolves.
Yeah, and it was just evolves. Now it was, when we started, it was the millennial female takeover, and now post-COVID, it was the Gen Z female takeover, and obviously the Gen Z female is way different to the millennial female. So a lot of the things,
I've never thought about that, but that's very true.
Yeah, so a lot of things were just different, and I also asked myself, like, oh my gosh, these girls have so much energy, and yeah, no.
Dancer.
Yeah,
What is that?
yo.
Zap,
I
zap.
thought I was
Zap,
dancing,
zap.
but these girls are on
Zap,
another level, you
That's
know.
how zippy, Salah.
So I just felt that, yeah, no, man. Yeah, and it just it also becomes harder. You know, it becomes harder, and obviously you come from that thing of, I went to school. For example, I went to 2 trainings. I went to Santon, and I did another training in Centurion. So I'm adding that, you know, that's my value.
That's your value.
I'm like, I went to school for this. I put in how many hours of training for this. I did this, I did that. These girls just come with a huge following, and they are booked and busy. And the promoters are like, yeah, well, you've been here, but how many followers do you have? You know, what are you doing on TikTok? And you cannot really compete against that. And it's always been said that if you are denied entry, build your own things, you know. And that is what I believe that phase or that break inspired for me, you know. But there were a couple of things. I mean, I did the podcasting thing, you know, as a way of also saying, let me be multiverse, let me not just focus on just this, you know. I had
communicate with that community.
I had a DJ academy at some point, you know. I didn't want DJing to be that thing of, I have to do it now because my bills are due. You know, I still wanted to do it for fun. I still wanted to keep that passion. So the pivot, I think it was just inevitable, but yeah, essentially it came from there. And coming back now after my graduation, I just found that the industry had moved, and it's either I'm gonna spend a lot of my time trying to catch up, or I'm gonna do my own thing. Yeah.
All right, guys. So we're gonna take a young break. But before we're gonna break, remember, firstly, what are you doing on Valentine's Day? Where are you? Are you with your lover? Are you with your side guy, or complicated? You know, it's a judge-free space. Or are you with somebody else's lover? And that's okay as well, because sharing is caring, right? We're living in hard times. So, hey guys, sometimes kunzima, go rough, go tough, but we're doing what we must. Where are you on Valentine's Day? You know, I am hosting a Bogart Men VIP experience with Hard Rock Cafe next week Saturday. You know, it's day vibes. Pull up on me. I'll be there. I'm gonna have a beautiful lineup set up for everybody. I'm also gonna be running amazing promos and specials, and I'm doing an exclusive Valentine's Day menu. So if you pull up, great menu. I am running, like I said, great promos on the drink. So if you're coming with your partner, you can pull up. We're going to give you guys red tags. The red tags will symbolize that you are dating and you came here with a partner. But if you're coming with your home girls, I'm going to give you guys yellow tags, and the yellow tag says I'm single and ready to mingle. So I'm a chance. If you don't have a partner that day, you might just leave with a partner at the end of the day. So I'm going to give everybody yellow tags if you are single and ready to mingle. And if you're coming in with the green tag, you're saying it's complicated, but I'm here to listen to what you have to say. I mean, that is an interesting tag. I mean, hey, listening has never killed anybody. But on other times as well, as don't forget to download our Bogart app. Please. Because you know why? If you download the app, everything becomes easier. You can also win with us. We're running a complimentary grooming service. You get to win a free car wash and a Bogart Radio package. So all you need to do is download our app, sign up, go to the win with us, and then type the magic words, and boom, you're in. So see you guys just in a few. Utrabareng kopitoregilendile dio.
when the city's asleep. Before the grind gets going.
Cheers, bro. Thanks, mama.
We already moving. Flipping switches, turning rooms into world stages. We don't crack under pressure. We crush it. We lock in and dial out what we must. From beats on stage in the spotlight to face beats in the close-up.
And there we go, guys.
Ooh, I like that.
Making every shot count. Cause the 9 to 5 is just the start. Numaganjani. We move. We level up. When the beat drops, we get up. Namaje. Cause when the get up meets the go, anything is possible.
What do you think is embarrassing for no apparent reason?
Pulling a push door, it's also quite embarrassing. I always tend to walk quite cautiously and be like, "There's no sign on this door. How do we react to this? Are they watching me?"
Especially, if you have a building that's got a push or pull door, please, if you don't have a sign, please.
It's like that. You see when you go to Absa, the Absa Bank, that's when you see it. Absa have no signs, so when I walk there, I put my toe first on my toe. Give me a chance. What's going on? Is it going in or is it coming out? What's going on?
That's a great trick. You're trying to find the door that opens by itself in the mall.
Oh yeah.
Those ones are the worst.
Yeah, I'll stand there. I'll stand there. And then that was like the one that works will be right next to you. On the right next to you. I was standing there until this one opened. I'm like, Chief, so, like this thing not opening.
Guys, put a sign
like,
or
Chief,
something.
Sean on the Bogart Radio app says I get so embarrassed when my stomach growls in a quiet meeting. Yeah, like, bro, I get you 100%. I'm with you 100%. Now you think
it's embarrassing.
I just ate right now. What's going on? Or you're not confidently walking into a party venue and you get there and they tell you it's invites only.
So I parked a little bit far from the elevator, and then somebody parked exactly identical as my car in front of the elevator. So when I come back, I was talking to someone. So that someone was supposed to leave together. There I am. I'm pressing.
Nothing's happening.
Like maybe the battery is out or something. Then I noticed someone. You know, the funny part is there was a security guard. He was just looking at me.
There during the winter season, if you got the cold, if you got the flu, there's a certain cough that comes out, and that the cough that you don't want to release during the people. They call it the shotgun cough, where you hold it in, and it gets to a certain point where you can't hold it in when you cough, and literally the whole exam room turns around and looks at you.
And it echoes.
That's the worst.
Sana, AI right now must just get me a man. Because
what about your supposed relationship? You were just telling us about your supposed partner.
As much as it is supposed, guys, it is supposed.
What does supposed mean?
It means we are still talking about it.
Which one is this?
But we are talking exclusively.
Gut health, guys. I mean, one of the biggest problems South Africa has today is men with big bellies, man. I've never seen such a phenomenon. I think we're in a crisis mode.
Athi unemali bayayazi siphuzi. Hey, yeah, hopefully you guys are having a wonderful Saturday. I mean, come on, guys. It's the month of love. Hopefully you're getting love. If you don't have love, at least you have a pet, guys. At least choose a struggle, guys. If you don't have a partner, have a pet. Buy a dog, buy a frog, buy a fish, something, guys. Please, guys. It can't be that bad. But we're still here with Hazel, and we're going to talk about, she's really doing something amazing. Deejay Awards. I don't think I've ever heard of such a concept. I have too many questions, but I'm going to keep them short. So, Hazel, right? Tell me a little bit more. You are launching the Deejay Awards. What's the concept? What are you trying to achieve with it? Tell us a bit more.
Yeah, so this dream of mine has actually been in the pipeline since 2022. And it actually comes from the time when I had the DJing Academy. So what I wanted to do with my students is I didn't just want to give them a handshake and say bye. I wanted to celebrate them and honor them on a bit of a grander scale. So initially, this was the Transition DJ Awards, which I had this idea back in 2022. I did the business plan but my fear put the dream down. And then I focused on my DJing. That's what I did 2022, 2023, 2024. The dream was revived again. But still I was scared, and obviously my academy closed. I observed the entertainment landscape of South Africa, and we do have some awards that do honor our artists. But what I saw, which is again entrepreneurship, you look for the gaps in the market. I saw that there is no platform that solely celebrates our DJs. And having been in that space, our DJs do a lot. They do a lot, in as much as the majority is not celebrated, but our DJs really do a lot of heavy lifting in this entertainment industry. And I just felt that there is no platform that really gives our DJs and our producers their flowers.
So what do you have to say? There's a really big statement out there that are saying that female DJs are getting booked because of their looks and the fact that they're pretty, or they could be having a thing with one of the organizers. In 2026, do you think that's still a thing?
Yeah. I always try to control the things that I can control. I mean, if someone is beautiful, if someone has a big bum, if someone has a big chest, what can they do about it? We've got tall guys that are getting gigs. We've got light-skinned guys that are getting gigs. So it is 2026, you're right.
Yes.
And people need to use what is God given to them, or whatever the doctor gave to them, to advance to the next level. My only qualm is if you don't know what you're doing, if you're disrespecting the craft.
The craft.
Yeah, whether you male, you female, you and I are not really gonna gel. But if you're pretty, if you're light-skinned, if you're female, if you're male, old, young, do your thing, man. Yeah.
And basically, how will these awards be different from other music awards in South Africa? And what are some of the categories that were basically going to be in these awards?
Okay, so the key differentiating factor obviously is these are strictly for the DJing community. What makes them different, I would say, is the fact that, this is by a DJ for DJs, so it's also a bit more personal, and they are also I would say backed up by a lot of audacity and just sheer passion, and they were actually created to sort of make up for the injustice, I would say, that exists within the industry. When have you heard of a resident DJ being celebrated, for example?
No, never.
Or like a newcomer DJ, because in South Africa we only celebrate the top people, so this is not only to look at the recognized and celebrated names, but it is also to be inclusive to the youth, to females, and to the rising stars, yeah.
I think that would be really interesting, because I also know a few hip-hop DJs that are crazy when it comes to their mixes. Like, some of their mixes, I'm like, yo, how did you even think about that? And I think it would be nice for them to obviously get a platform like that. But my thing is that I think aren't you scared that the market is so saturated that there are too many DJs? Where do you start? How do you select who qualifies, who doesn't qualify? How do you say you worthy, you're not worthy? It's not followers, non-followers. I feel like you have a really big job ahead of you. And how will that selection process go?
Yeah.
I'm guessing, are you going to have an application process, and then from the application process, are people then going to onboard and vote for their favorite DJs?
Yes. So it is like that in a traditional sense.
Yes.
It is that. Currently, the nomination period is open. It opened in Jan, and it's actually closing on the 15th of Feb. So you need to vote. It's free, guys. It's free. Not vote. You need to nominate.
And where are they voting? What platform are they going on to vote, or onboarding? What platform?
We're using our website. It's www.deejay awards.co.za. So that is where you go and nominate. So I mean, Lethabo, there are a lot of DJs, and obviously I myself cannot carry all of that, so in as much as this platform exists, I am also not in the business of performing miracles. Talent alone needs to be met by some sort of action from your end, and just because you are a great DJ, it doesn't necessarily mean that you will qualify, or even you being nominated doesn't mean that you will win. You may be good, but for example, if let's say your social media is lacking, that's a problem.
Allowed.
No,
Now it's social media.
It's a combination of a lot of factors.
Yeah, it's a combination.
You cannot just be female. You cannot just be an amapiano DJ. Actually, you cannot just be a DJ.
There must be more.
Exactly. So you come in with you need to have also done the groundwork, because I cannot unearth you from the ground and then hail you as a rough diamond. You need to show some sort of initiative and enthusiasm and show that, I've actually got what it takes.
So you starting a whole award ceremony from ground up. What are some of the hard things about, firstly, one, I don't even know what it takes to start an award ceremony, and what are some of the things that you could obviously use in terms of help, and what are some of the help that you've gotten as well?
The whole thing is hard, man, but like I said, I've been scared since 2022, and right now that's even far from my mind. I don't even register that.
I'm not the same woman
not
anymore.
There, it's not there. The main important thing is for me to shoot this thing and do it come August. I had initially looked at June because I was looking at youth and but I'm a 33-year-old female in about 2 years time.
You're so confident about your age. Women hide their age. Dude, even from the beginning, I was 30, I was 28. You're so confident about your age. Girls are out here hiding their age. Guys, she's letting you.
So
I think what Hazel is doing here, she's letting us know that since she's 33, she can date between 23 and 43. So she has a whole market open, guys. She's basically letting us know that she's 33. So there's 10-year difference between 23 and 43. I don't know if she's willing to go to 53, but that's between her and herself.
What I was saying was, youth in South Africa is 35, so I don't need that kind of negativity in my life. However, I will always be celebrated as a female, as a woman. So I reconsidered, and I'm looking at August as a proposed date for the DJ Awards, and I think it's just relevant and it fits in well also with the weather. I think it's good. August is good times. June was going to be maybe cold.
And where they're going to be hosted?
They're going to be hosted in Johannesburg. My venue is to be confirmed, but it will be in Johannesburg, and I'm looking at Midrand or Sandton. I just need to confirm a venue and obviously sign some agreements before I can actually mention this particular venue. what I need, I need money.
Guys, she needs the money.
It's only money that
It's
I want.
only the money.
It's only money that I want.
Hey guys, she needs the money.
Like 5 million inyana. So.
Yeah, no.
A silly little 5 million.
Guys, a little. Come on now, guys. Little. Guys, 5. Guys, come on. Hazel is trying to change the youth, guys. 5. Nyana. Come on. Guys, we can spend that in one day.
You know what I mean? So yeah, that is essentially what I need. And I'm also looking to like partner with media companies, you know, like Bogart. It would be great to partner with them if you guys could help me. Like, let's say we make it official, you know, for you guys to just update your listeners on where we are, what we're doing. For example, the nominations are closing next week. You guys could just have those reminders when the nominee voting starts. You guys do that. So that's what I am doing behind the scenes, you know, over and above this PR run, you know. The main important thing is to raise as much awareness as possible, because I can have a great idea, have a lot of passion for it, but if people don't know about it, it's very futile.
So I'm gonna end it at, in 3 years' time, what is the one thing you want people to say that the DJ Awards has changed in the industry? What big change would these awards have made in DJs' lives?
Yeah. My vision for this thing is to have it on a... I want to have the DJ Awards basically positioned as the leading platform for DJs recognition. I think that's the most simple and basic way for me to put this thing. Yeah.
So we normally end these the same way, and it's basically, Hazel, what's the word of the day? It's a Saturday morning, you know, 7th of February, and yeah, what's the word of the day?
Word of the day. Stala what you must, eh?
Guys, you heard it here first. Hazel said, "Dala what you must." Thank you for obviously coming through to Bogart Radio. We do wish you all the best with your entrepreneurship and the DJ Awards. Hopefully, you'll hire me as your MC. But my invoice is big, so please get that 5 million. Unlike you, I have kids in Ghana, and my kids speak English, so you know the crash is not, you know.
I got you.
Yeah, Dad. They went ke papa, King Dad. Yeah, ke papa how. But guys, as always, thank you for tuning in. Please do engage with us. Please let us know, how did you love the interview? And yeah, I'll be back in a sec.
You have the chance to win with Bogart Radio and